Throughout my life, I've witnessed some of the greatest athletes to ever walk the earth. And every once in a while, one person comes along who completely changes the game, someone whose skill and dominance redefine what's possible. Curry, way downtown. Bang. Yeah, that's right, Stephen Curry. The greatest three-point shooter in basketball history. But I'll be honest, Steph, Kevin Durant, and those Golden State Warriors were so dominant around 2018 that I actually stopped watching the NBA for a while. That's how unstoppable they were. Now, maybe it's just a coincidence, but I've noticed a weird pattern with some of these incredibly gifted, light-skinned legends. It's like they all have to go through some kind of humiliation phase before they reach full power. I'm talking guys like Patrick Mahomes, and even Will Smith. Remember when Patrick's girlfriend, Brittany, was constantly making headlines with cringe moments, those chaotic fan videos, wild tweets, and of course, the constant appearances with his infamous brother, Jackson Mahomes? It felt like every time Patrick shined, something embarrassing was right behind him. To her credit, though, Brittany has calmed down a lot lately and distanced herself from the drama. And then there's Will Smith, another superstar whose public image took a massive hit. Everyone saw how Jada Pinkett Smith seemed to use every platform possible to humiliate him. There's that one viral moment where she tried to film Will without his consent, and he just looked done with it. Now, enter Steph Curry, and his wife, Ayesha. This is another case of a legendary man being repeatedly dragged into awkward situations by the person closest to him. Let's rewind back to June 16, 2016. LeBron James drops 41 points, the Cavs even the finals 3-3, and eventually come back from 3-1 to take down the Warriors in historic fashion. That night, Ayesha Curry tweeted that the NBA was rigged. And that moment, for a lot of fans, was the first red flag, the first time she spoke her mind in a way that could actually hurt her husband's image. Steph, meanwhile, has always been the model of discipline, no scandals, no controversies, nothing but greatness and humility. He's made close to $1 billion doing things the right way. And in the beginning, people loved his family. Ayesha was the supportive wife, the kids were adorable, and everyone thought they were the perfect example of a grounded NBA family. But as time went on, things started getting strange. 6 years ago, Ayesha went on the infamous Red Table Talk, the show where celebrity relationships go to die, and said something that shocked the internet. Sitting right next to Steph's mom and Jada Pinkett Smith, she admitted she felt insecure that other men didn't flirt with her, even though women constantly threw themselves at Steph. She said it made her question her own attractiveness. And the look on Steph's mom's face said everything. Even Jada had to chime in, trying to comfort her by saying she used to feel the same way. But let's be real, some thoughts are better kept private. Admitting you crave attention from other men when you're married to one of the most respected athletes in the world? That's not something you say on a talk show. And unfortunately, that was just the beginning. Not long after, Ayesha appeared on The Real, where things got even more awkward. The hosts brought out a shirtless guy named Marcel, and Ayesha's reaction? Let's just say it wasn't what you'd expect from a married woman. The flirty hand gestures, the giggles, it was wild. If Steph had done something similar on a podcast with another woman, social media would have exploded. During that same interview, she also casually revealed that Steph has a thing for feet, turning a private detail into a public headline. Again, nothing wrong with personal preferences, but maybe keep that one in the vault, you know? Fast forward to now, and it seems like every few years, Ayesha finds herself in another round of controversy. Her latest appearance on the Call Her Daddy podcast once again had fans talking. She opened up about feeling lost in motherhood, saying she never planned on having kids or getting married so young, and that she sometimes feels overshadowed in her own life. She talked about struggling with identity, therapy, and trying to rediscover who she is beyond being a wife and mom. And while those are totally valid feelings, the way it all came out, again, in public rubbed people the wrong way. Especially when you consider how many opportunities she's had to build her own path. Because Ayesha isn't just Steph Curry's wife. She's launched restaurants, appeared on magazine covers, hosted TV shows, she's accomplished a lot. Yet somehow, she still seems unsatisfied. She's even admitted that she once thought she would be the breadwinner, not Steph, even though he was already a rising star in college basketball when they met. And that's what confuses so many fans. She's incredibly privileged, successful, and supported, yet every time she sits for an interview, it somehow turns into a headline about her being unfulfilled. It's like she graduated from the Jada Pinkett School of Public Oversharing. Because honestly, you'll never see LeBron's wife doing interviews like this. Savannah James stays classy, private, and drama-free, and that's part of why people respect her so much. Now, let's be clear, no one's saying women shouldn't have their own voice or identity outside their family. That's healthy and important. But the way Ayesha expresses it always seems to backfire. Every time she speaks publicly, it ends up embarrassing her husband, whether she means to or not. At this point, maybe the best move is just silence. No more interviews. No more talk shows. Just live your life privately and let your success speak for itself. Because every time she goes viral, it's never for something positive. And fans are starting to notice. So what do you think? Is Ayesha just being honest about her struggles, or is she crossing the line by constantly airing her insecurities in public? Let me know your thoughts down below. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned, because there are plenty more wild celebrity moments we've got to talk about. Until next time, this is your boy, signing off. Peace.